Hello everybody, have I a stack of movies to show you or what? Yes, welcome back to the channel. It is the third of my 4K stroke Blu-ray video series, I guess. And yeah, today basically I'm going to fill you in on everything I've got recently. I'm not going to bother doing like a full collection update because besides this huge stack of 4Ks and Blu-rays from a bunch of different independent labels, I only have the Frank Capra at Columbia box set, which I've already reviewed. But yeah, I'm going to show you everything that I have here in this big old stack. I've watched a few of them so far. I've really enjoyed what I've seen. I'm going to get kind of in depth on some things. So yeah, leave a like if you want to see more of this series. I have some more movies on the way, so I'll be happy to show you them when I get them. And yeah, so I'm going to start things off with Indicator Films. They did a 3 for £20 deal, which I very much took advantage of. First off, I've got Murder by Contract, which I have seen. I watched on the Criterion channel. I love the music in this film. First of all, it's got such a killer theme, and Martin Scorsese recommended it as one of the films that inspired him the most. It's about a gun for hire gone wrong, so to speak. He basically just does not like the people who he works for. Really good film. And Scorsese before Scorsese is like a whole subgenre of movies. But yeah, I would certainly recommend Murder by Contract. The other two of the three that I have bought, I have not seen yet. Shane mentioned one of them already in a video. That is Dead Reckoning with Humphrey Bogart. I haven't seen this. He has. He liked it, so yeah, I'm looking forward to watching this because yeah, I do love Bogey. We've covered a few of his films on the channel so far, and obviously we've Casablanca this week, which I'm really looking forward to. So yeah, that'll be a fun episode. And then of course, To Sir with Love, because believe it or not, I've never seen a Sidney Poitier film in my life. Strange, I know. Other than maybe one other film, I can't really picture there being too many better places to start with Poitier's work than To Sir with Love. Next up, because I said I'd get a little bit more in depth with some of them, here's one I have watched, and I've watched this version as The Good and the Bad and the Weird from Arrow Video. Oh wow, this is fantastic. Comes in a nice slip cover, and then inside the slip cover we got all sorts of stuff. We've got a whole booklet on the film, the making of the film, people who worked on the film, all sorts of stuff. We got a double-sided poster with the original artwork, and then of course the new Arrow video artwork, which you can see here on the glorious 4K. Unbelievable movie. Couldn't recommend it enough, to be honest. Don't know how it's not one of those foreign language classics that like transcends Asia, something like The Raid or whatever, because there's one chase scene in particular where I was like, how have I never seen this before? How have I never seen this in media before? This is one of the best chase sequences I've ever seen in my life. I absolutely adored this movie. One of my favorite westerns I've ever seen. It's not as much like The Good and the Bad and the Ugly as you would think, although there's some very incredibly blatant homages, especially the ending. But that being said, it's hilarious. Song Kang-ho is so good in this, who you may know from Parasite, and yeah, could not recommend this in this form enough. The Good and the Bad and the Weird from Arrow Video. Huge recommendation there. And yeah, I really want to pick up, well, I'm in two minds. Let me know below if you think I should, but I'm very tempted to pick up the Arrow Video Man with No Name trilogy with Sergio Leone and Clint Eastwood all on 4K. That looks pretty cool. Just going back though one last time to Indicator Films, because I didn't cover this one. I think I might watch it tonight. I'm not sure. Enter Santo. Yes, I haven't seen any of these. There's only two films. I don't know why I said any, but I haven't seen either of these. But yes, again, I love the box sets because they come with all sorts of stuff in them. Just slide that on out. We got a really great poster, which I have already checked out. It's massive. Obviously, it's folded up here of the two films, which are Santo versus Evil Brain. And then on the inside, you can see the artwork, if you want to flip it around or not. It's Santo versus the Infernal Men. And then, of course, we've got this little booklet. I love the booklets. The booklets are so cool. And yeah, I haven't even had a chance to flick through this yet, but it's filled with essays on like lucha libre at the time, Santo, his career, his film career, the Behind the Mask, that's Mil Mascaras mask if you're into your wrestling. One of the weirdest Royal Rumble cameos ever. But yeah, basically the Santo films are a bunch of 1960s and 70s films where Santo, a legit lucha libre star in Mexico, who was also a box office star in Mexico, would go around solving crimes in his wrestling gear with a gun. What more do you need to know? It's yeah, these are his first 2 films that he made. As I said, Santo versus Evil Brain and Santo versus the Infernal Men. So yeah, I've seen one Santo film before and it was memorable. But yeah, pick these up anyway because big wrestling fan, so I am. Love my old movies as well, so you know, kind of a match made in heaven. Now for a series from our video, which I'm currently just over halfway through, and that is Kinji Fukasaku's Battles Without Honor and Humanity. Yes, the director of Battle Royale, which I'm sure a lot of you have seen. The 1970s Yakuza films. They are class. As I said, I've seen 3 of the 5 which come in this. The first 3, that is obviously Battles Without Honor and Humanity, Hiroshima Deathmatch, and Proxy Wars. I'm yet to see Police Tactics or the final episode, but again, probably gonna give them a watch at some stage this week. So check out my letterboxd if you want my in-depth thoughts on those films, because I have been a little bit more in-depth in my reviews this year. I've kind of tried to be, at least. And yeah, as far as this goes, there's a few special features for each film, mainly like behind the scenes and like a sit-down interview with different people. Takeshi, is it pronounced Takeshi Mike? There's 2 eyes, so it's hard to know. But sit-down interview with him is pretty cool, and yeah, I'd recommend this. Again, as far as like physical bonus goodies goes, there isn't any, but it's a very good series of movies, I have to say. Really graphic, really dark, really depraved tales of like the rise and fall of certain Yakuza members in this really expansive cinematic universe, pretty much. Next, haven't seen this yet, and if I don't watch Santo tonight, I'm watching this. Oh, look at that cover art. Yes, it's big old Mothra, the giant moth from Japan, killing people left, right, and center, I think. I don't know, I haven't seen it. But yeah, it's from Eureka Films, and I had a bunch of Eureka Films which were meant to be on the way. I ordered a load of them, and then I realized I forgot to add Mothra to my cart, so I bought Mothra just after, and Mothra has come, but the rest of them haven't. Should I ask Eureka where my movies are? I don't know. We'll leave it a little while and see. They'll probably just be a part of next month's update, I guess. But yeah, cover art alone makes that special. I didn't manage to get the limited edition with the slip cover. I was too late to the party with that, but still, I'm really excited to watch that. And yeah, last but certainly not least, what a box set from Radiance Films. That is Nothing Is Sacred, 3 Heresies from Luis Buñuel. Again, you want to just talk about the artwork. I mean, Viridiana, which I've seen. I watched this version of it, 5 stars. One of the greatest Spanish films, if not the greatest Spanish film I've ever seen. I spoke about it on the podcast recently, anti-Catholic, but Luis Buñuel's take on the whole anti-Catholicism is so fascinating. The Exterminating Angel, I've also seen, again, I've already talked about it on the podcast, his attacks on the bourgeoisie. Very interesting. And then Simon of the Desert. It's only 45 minutes long, Simon of the Desert, but I haven't seen it yet. I haven't gotten around to it yet. And then I read this booklet from cover to cover. I was really fascinated. It goes into Luis Buñuel and why he thinks the way he does, why he's so anti-Catholic and anti-bourgeoisie, why he was, his friendship with Pablo Picasso and the films they made together, and him getting kicked out of Spain and then coming back to Spain, and obviously the whole everything that went on in Spain in the meantime, you know, that civil war, that whole thing. But yeah, fascinating box set from Radiance Films, and oh my god, did the movies look amazing. They look absolutely jaw-dropping. The quality, the restoration is second to none. Absolutely incredible from Radiance Films. And that is it. That is the collection update so far. So yeah, we've got Mothra, we've got the Yakuza films, the Yakuza papers, we've got The Good, the Bad, and the Weird, we've got that whole trilogy, so to speak, from Luis Buñuel, we've got the duology of the first 2 Santo films, we've got a bit of Sidney Poitier, a bit of Scorsese before Scorsese, and a cheeky little bit of bogey as well. Who doesn't love a little bit of bogey? But yeah, that's the collection update. I am absolutely delighted. As I said, I've kind of worked my way through a healthy portion of it so far. But yeah, even just tonight, I'm going to sit down and watch a few of them. So check out my letterboxd. This will obviously come out later than tonight, maybe tomorrow. So check out my letterbox, and I may have already seen some of them, and you get to see my reviews and stuff. I'll link all of that below. But in the meantime, thank you very much. Your support lately has been fantastic, and I really appreciate any support on this particular little solo series of mine that I'm putting on this channel, because yeah, I'm really getting into collecting all these things. And you know, you'll probably notice behind me going forward, that little shelf there. I know the shelving's not great for collectibles and stuff, but that shelf is going to be full of 4Ks and Blu-rays very soon, and yeah, I look forward to that. But in the meantime, thank you very much. And if I do pick up anything in the meantime, check out my TikTok as well, because I post things slightly more recently on my TikTok, because it's easy. I can just, you know, unbox a package video at whatever, 30 seconds, boom. But yeah, for the in-depth stuff, stick around here. Thank you very much. Very long-winded outro, sorry about that. And I'll see you all soon. Thank you.